Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm up here in upstate New York for the first drive of this vehicle right here. This is it. This is your changed up redo of the Atlas. It's the 2024 Atlas Crossport. But before we get into this shortened version of their mid-size three-row SUV, let's talk about what's going on here. Volkswagen. They're doing a lot when it comes to electrification, bringing out their ID lineup of vehicles. All started with the ID4. We brought you the ID7, and of course they're going to be bringing other vehicles down the pipeline. One thing they wanted to do for model year 2024 was to bring some new touches to the exterior, new technology to the interior, and an all-new power plant under the hood for the Atlas. And like I said, the sportier version that's called the Crossport. Now, there's lots of different SUVs where they're kind of mid-size, two-row. A lot of them we find come from the premium German brands like BMW, like Mercedes-Benz, and like the sister brand to Volkswagen, Audi. But what I want to find out is, if you want a two-row sporty SUV that's got some luxury touches to it, but you don't want to break the bank, is the Atlas Crossport worth the price, or are you better off just going with the sister vehicle to this, which is the Audi Q8? Sits on the same platform. Let's go ahead, let's dive into this 2024 Atlas Crossport and find out. Right off the bat, the color. It really reminds me of Nardo Gray, which is actually an Audi color, so that kind of makes sense because remember, it's all Volkswagen Auto Group. You got Volkswagen, Audi, Porsche, Ducati motorcycles, and of course even Bentley. Now at the front end of the Atlas Crossport, you are going to get a totally different look. You're getting a new headlight housing, you have your double stacked, it's like taking two slices of New York pizza, folding it in half to give us that ultimate in LED lighting up front, LED turn signals, and then I really like how they integrated the daytime running lamp all the way across the top of the grille area. Gives it a nice, bright, clean look. Now, as we drop down, one of the areas I'm gonna have to zonk are these lower corners, just because they look good, but they don't function at all. But let me know how you feel about this corner area. Are you happy with how they structured the shape and also the use of gloss black in this corner area? One thing that I think they could have done to differentiate it from the bigger Atlas is all the bright shiny chrome, have it be dark blacked out chrome. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section. Now, as we come across the front grille area, of course, we have that Volkswagen badge with the updated font, and it's all lit. So at night, this is gonna have a bright glow coming down the road. On the SEL premium side of things, that's what this is a SEL premium R-Line. You're gonna have the gloss black horizontal slots, some little gloss black ornaments all over the grille, fully functional forward-facing camera, and then of course, because this is an R-Line, we do get the R badge. I am a little sad that they use the R badge because traditionally in Volkswagen world, the R was held for their top performance vehicles like the Golf R. Lower side of things, you do have the chrome strip in the center. This is an area where I think the dark chrome would have been perfect for this spot, and then you have a lower gloss black lip. But this whole front fascia is totally new for 2024. Now, as we rise up, you'll notice the bold hood, same exact design as before, and then as we kind of do a little bit of a twist and a turn, we come to the corner side of the vehicle. What you're gonna find, new 21-inch wheels, machine aluminum, largest wheel you could get on an Atlas or an Atlas Crossport with the gloss black. And then just like I mentioned on the three-row Atlas, this needs to be painted. On the Crossport, I'm not even gonna ask you if you think it should be painted. This needs to be painted all body color all the way around because I think it would just help with the sportier look and feel. Now, as we come down the side, they do a great job with their badging, especially with the Crossport name. a little bit of gloss black. But I'm telling you, think about it. If this was dark chrome, I think it would really check off that box nicely for fitting into the sporty style of this particular SUV. Color matched on the mirror caps, and I'm loving this color. It's like a bluish gray, really works well. LED lighting. You do have bright silver aluminum roof rails. It would be interesting to see this without roof rails, like have the Cross Sport no roof rails, but I do like the look. You have the bright shiny metalwork top and bottom. Think about if it was dark chrome finish. And then we do have color matched on the door handles, and then just a little strip of chrome finish along the bottom. And the way that everything is colored nicely and the body lines gives it a great presence. Now, what makes this so much different from the three-row Atlas is this part right here. They actually chopped off a section, and a bug just bit me and it actually hurt. They chopped off a section and they got rid of the third row. It's gonna give us some nice space, gives us that sporty look. And the great news is, as I'm getting bugs all over me, is that this sits on the same chassis as the Q8. So yes, you could go Audi, you could go Q8. We're gonna see at the end of the day how much this costs. Now, when we get to the back, the tail of the business, love the way they do the lighting, especially you could see the R in the actual lighting, all LED, some chrome along that midsection with the Atlas name blended in. We have, of course, the Volkswagen lit up badge. This, I'm always gonna say it, put it underneath here. Now on the Cross Sport, instead of it being all body color, they actually gloss black the rear portion of the spoiler. And then coming down, you'll notice we have our SEL badge, because this is an SEL Premium. And this actually has, the Cross Sport has a totally unique rear diffuser area that looks super sporty, not actually functional, but it definitely looks good. You do have your full tow capability. The one thing that just breaks my heart are these fake exhausts on both sides. If they were functional, they would look fantastic. Why they don't do that is beyond me. And I think that they got just a little carried away with the reflective red. I know this is DOT required, but do we have to make it go all the way across the midsection on the bottom compared to up top? That's a lot of red on the back of this vehicle. But why don't we go ahead, let's pop the hood, because guess what? We got performance to talk about with this Atlas Cross Sport. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. You do have a massive hood strut. Steven's gonna have to dive in head first. I'm gonna have to hold his legs so he doesn't fall all the way into the engine compartment to show you the new power plant. Gone is the V6, so get your tissues out, dry those teary eyes. Also gone is the previous inline-4 turbocharged engine. What is it replaced with? Another inline-4 turbocharged engine. So this new engine, 2-liter inline-4 turbocharged, 269 horsepower, 273 pound-feet of torque. That's actually 28% more torque than the V6, which is going to equate to a faster 0 to 60. 0 to 60 in about 7.4 seconds. The good news is that you're having a faster 0 to 60 and better fuel economy than the V6. So see, rainbows are back out, sunshine is beaming down on your face. You could still tow 5,000 pounds, and if you go 4Motion like ours is, which is the all-wheel drive system, it's 19 in the city, 25 on the highway. If you go front-wheel drive, it's 20 in the city, 27 on the highway, MPGs. And wait until I show you inside. The new 8-speed automatic is shift by wire. So we actually have some extra bonus room on the interior with that shift by wire system. I don't mind the engine cover. Everything is tasteful. And I really don't mind that the V6 is gone, because guess what? We got more torque and faster 0 to 60. But why don't we go ahead, let's fire this up and see it move. All right, guys, we're inside this 2024 Atlas Crossport. If you thought there were some changes on the outside, wait until you see this interior. But I know we need to get down to the meat and potatoes. You're a meat and potatoes kind of person, so am I. How much is it? MSRP for this particular one is right at $51,400. That's an SEL Premium with 4Motion. Just to put it in perspective for you, the entry price MSRP to get into a base Atlas Crossport is $36,000. But if you do the math, it's definitely still cheaper at all MSRP levels, especially ours, than an Audi Q8. But let's see what Volkswagen did for 2024 model year, and if it's worth the price. To the door panels, absolutely love what they've done. You have that black soft touch material. In the center, I know it's very hard to see, but there's actually a little bit of blue that illuminates at night with some ambient lighting. While you're driving, we have the Harman Kardon premium sound system. Love the white contrast stitching, not only in the center portion of the door panel with some perforation, but also on the armrest. No gloss black. Door pocket is a great size to where easily you could get, I would say, a whole New York pizza in there. You're gonna have to fold it in half, but you'll get it in there, and a nice bottle of Coca-Cola to wash it down. Now, going from the door panel to the dash, there's more of that great trim. And like I said, this is laser etched so that the blue LED lighting shines through when you're driving at night. Just a little bit of gloss black, but you can see where they put all the new materials with the stitching, not only above the glove box, but also on the side here as well. Slide on in because you have the all-new infotainment system. Guess what? You're going up 4 inches in size. This is a 12-inch infotainment system screen. You do have your navigation. Everything is within the screen itself. There's no physical buttons. So just something to realize that, like we've shown you with the GTI, with the other Volkswagen vehicles, it's all through the screen. And as you can see, we have our assistant, which we could just shut her up real quickly by hitting that button. But everything else through the screen and through these little areas where you tap your finger. Like if you want to adjust temperature, you tap. Not my favorite. Not my favorite by far. You hit the area where there's little seats. You got your 3 stages of heated seats, 3 stages of ventilated seats, dual climate control. I like the colors. You hit the mode button down below. There's all your different modes. You know how we're rolling. Sport mode. When you put it in sport, everything is going to be red now. Watch this. Red. So nice, easy to do. Auto start stop, just so you know, so you're not searching it for hours and hours and hours after you buy one of these. It's in the infotainment system. Let me throw it in reverse. Put it in reverse with the electric, the fly-by-wire shifter. You have not the clearest of resolution, so I am going to zonk that, but I do like the trajectory, and I like, of course, the 360-degree cameras. That's a very nice setup. Working your way down, you got your AC vents. There is gloss black here, but we open up the door, open sesame. You do have wireless charging, a place for a couple boxes of Tic Tacs, 2 USB-Cs, and down below is where you could put easily a loaf of bread and a bottle of jelly and peanut butter. And guess what? That's what won World War II for the GIs and for the Allies during World War II, was peanut butter and jelly. Obviously, you could also put a merce, a purse, a sack, a satchel, a bag of magical beans. Whatever you got, you could put it down there, and it's all because of the electric wired shifter. This is going to control your 8-speed automatic, this little tiny nub, 2 cup holders. I'm digging the Volkswagen key fobs. They look very classy, almost like if you had 2 of these, you could wear them as earrings. You do have remote start, which is nice. Soft material, the stitching is great. Open it up, we got a piece of paper. You're not allowed to look at that, I can't show you that. USB-C, some nice felt lining. I think easily you could put 21, I would say 21, maybe 20 to 21 Atari game cartridges, especially if you have ET. If you have the ET game, you could probably retire on that by selling it on eBay, and you could keep it in here and it won't get all scratched. Can't look at this. Can't look at it. Seats, whoops, Seats, the leather, the piping. I like the way the blue comes through with the nice diamond stitching that they have going on. Full electric assist for the passenger, for the driver, and you have, of course, this ginormous, from front to back, panoramic sunroof with a power shade, one-touch operation. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind this flat bottom steering wheel in this Atlas Crossboard. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You do have your aluminum sill plate, nice touch, and to really kind of top that, Volkswagen does a great pedal box. Large aluminum dead pedal, brake pedal, and throttle. You have the Atlas embroidery on the floor mats. That's worth an extra 5 horsepower. There's our 3 memory seat settings and our full power seat adjustments. Seats are very supportive and comfortable. I'm actually really digging them. Plenty of room, especially headroom, even for somebody like myself, 6 feet tall. Steering wheel, love it. The leather, flat bottom, you got the R badge, flat black on all the switch gear. You do have paddles on the back of the steering wheel to go up and down that 8-speed automatic, manual tilting and telescoping steering wheel, and then you have your dash. 10.25 inch, maybe not the largest, but the graphics are so freaking clear, and I love the way you could adjust everything. You got your IQ drive with lane keep assist. This looks like a Tron kind of screen setup when you play the Tron video game. I used to love that game. And then, of course, you have your sporty setup here with your tack, gear indicator, and then you're right back to where you started. And if you want a big map, not a Big Mac, a big map, you could actually enlarge it right on that digital display. And then to top it off, you got a nice hood. What is that? A head-up display. It's actually not heads-up display. It's not like heads-up, head-up display. Get it? Head-up display. But why don't we go ahead and get in the back seat, and you'll see that your passengers are going to be happy that you went with the shorter, cut-off version of the Atlas with the Crossboard. All right, guys, back seat time, and this is where you see that even with the sportier look, you're still getting the same great space in this backseat area. Not even close to that panoramic sunroof or the headliner. Seats have leather all the way around. Nice size pocket. You could put a couple binders in there, maybe your Yu-Gi-Oh cards, maybe your Magic cards. And then, of course, you have a decent command center. And I'll tell you why I said decent. You got nice size AC vents. You have 3 stages of heated seats. Where's my ventilated seats? I want ventilated seats for $52,000, but there are none. Down below, you do get 2 USB-Cs and a home power source. Obviously, I have my own pocket. What I'm gonna put here are my old binders I used to put all my sticker collections. Yes, we used to have sticker books to put our collections of stickers back in the 1980s. I think my mom still has mine. That's where I'm gonna keep it. And then when it comes to sliding seats, they don't slide. But what they do, you ready for it? Look at that recline action. I mean, I could chill back here all day long, but I can't because we gotta do the drive. Pull this down, it's okay. I just wish they would give me a little bit more rest for my arm. Cup holders are great, just not enough arm rest so I could rest my arm. So just a little bit more, but I'm not gonna zonk it. You tell me if you think I should zonk it. Put it down in the comment section. What I do love, and I'm definitely not gonna zonk, you get the blue piping, you get the blue shining through with the leather seating, and I'm telling you, very soft, very comfortable. They really thought the seats through, both front seats and back seats. But let's get into the cargo area and see how ginormous it is without that third row back there. Let's go check it out. All right, guys, time to get into the cargo area. Hit that button, nice electric assist. This is what I always talk about. I know a lot of people are like, well, what's the big deal if I get a 3-row? I'll just put the third row down. Look at how much space there is without the third row, without any seat belts, none of that back here. Really opens things up. Well, also on top of that, you're gonna get special little nooks. Right here, you could put the New York Special calzone. It's actually a 14-inch calzone with a 12-volt to put a portable heater to keep your calzone nice and warm and toasty. And then on the passenger side, you have another nook. This is for a 12-inch cannoli. There's actually a bakery around here where the bakers make these Italian 12-inch long, foot-long cannolis. The chef's kiss when it comes to Italian perfection. Cargo floor, nice level. You lift it up. Look at this. You got your subwoofer and you got a spare, which is nice. Put it down. If you're wondering, well, Joe, how much room is there? I could see there's room, but I need a number. I have my abacus out. I'm trying to calculate, does this have more room than my current vehicle? With the seats up, you're looking at 40.3 cubic feet of space. Those seats do a 60-40 split. That'll max you out at almost 78 cubic feet of space in the back of this Crossport. Quite phenomenal when you think that they chopped part of the rear end off. Mind-blowing. Well, if you're ready, I'm definitely ready. Let's go for a little spin and see if this new Atlas Crossport drives well. All right, guys, we are inside this 2024 Atlas Crossport, and right away I'm digging the vibe in here with the darker leather interior, the blue accents, really allows it to feel definitely sportier than the standard Atlas. Getting to the infotainment system is well within reach, and just like before with the standard Atlas, having no physical buttons is the thing that's the most frustrating, because to fine-tune certain aspects, it gets a little cumbersome. But I do like the clear instrumentation, very easy to read, nice head-up display with all the pertinent information. It's not just your speed, but also directions for the infotainment with the navigation and everything. Let me go ahead. We're in sport mode. I'm gonna leave it in automatic shifting. We're gonna go on throttle. Nobody's behind us. On throttle. Nice smooth shifts from the 8-speed automatic. And with the all-wheel drive, you're getting all that grip, of course, and none of the slipping action. The one thing is that the sound. There is some synthetic sound that is pumped into the speakers. It's not too obnoxious, but it's not my favorite. But everywhere you're touching, the fit and finish has definitely been raised. The bar has been raised in here. You know, the materials, especially like the leather, has a nice soft touch to it. Seats are probably some of my most favorite. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna use the paddles to shift now. You got a gear indicator and second gear. On throttle, here we go. The good news is it does pull all the way to red line, which is right at 6,500 RPM. The only thing I would like a little bit more is steering feel. That's where it's just a little too light a steering, especially when I'm in sport mode. I get it if you want to be in normal or comfort and you don't want that heavier steering feel. I just would like a little bit heavier steering feel and just more info coming from the front wheels to the steering wheel. And I know this isn't a corner carver, but just a little bit more of a balance. But still, very composed, very planted with that 4-motion all-wheel drive. Remember, it's front-wheel drive, and then once there is slip detected, that's when power gets sent to the rear wheels. But the surprising thing I think you're gonna feel in here is there's not a ton of body roll, which is really phenomenal for a vehicle this size. It kind of blurs the lines a little bit, at least handling wise, between this and the Audi Q8. But you can hear that sound being pumped in through the speakers. Let me know how you feel about that in the comment section while we're driving this twisty road. But this is a little piece of heaven out here in upstate New York. Definitely not gonna find this in Brooklyn, that's for sure. But the way that they've reprogrammed the ECU with the torque delivery being a wider spread of torque over a lower RPM level really gives you some great feel and feedback off the throttle pedal. Visibility is phenomenal. I mean, the A-pillars are like in 2 different states. That's how much visibility you have out the windshield. And then you have that IQ drive safety features, the blind spot monitoring, lane keep assist, emergency backup assist, emergency brake assist. I mean, it just, the list goes on and on and on and on, which is gonna keep you and your family safe. You have to arrive alive. to have a successful drive. I mean, that's how it works. And yes, that did rhyme. But definitely using the paddles makes this a lot more fun on this particular road. We got those 21-inch wheels. We're not on any kind of sport style compound of wheel. It's not even like a Michelin Pilot 4 or anything like that. We're just on all seasons. So something to remember when it comes to the handling. But the great news is you're not getting a harsh ride and you're not getting a ton of road noise, which is nice. But the graphics on the infotainment system are nice. The navigation is easy to operate, easy to understand. You got the ventilated seats, the heated seats. Would be nice if the passengers had ventilated seats in the back seat. But unfortunately, you're gonna have to call shotgun right away if you're gonna be driving with some friends or being driven by, you know, with some friends in an Atlas Cross Sport, because you're gonna wanna be sitting up front. But the paddles are actually pretty responsive with the 8-speed automatic. And I can't wait to see one of these at night with the ambient lighting on the inside, and of course, the way that they've done the lighting on the exterior as well. And if you're the type of person like I am with longer legs, the way that the bottom portion of the seat kind of nestles underneath your hamstrings, it really allows you to feel comfortable. But this is just a little piece of heaven out here that I would love to take my Shelby GT350R. This would be a perfect road for my Shelby GT350R, my ZL11LE. Hell, even my Type R. Would love to bring it out here and rip it through the twisty bits. But I'm hoping that this has been a good overall comprehensive review for you and this new 2024 refresh and updated Atlas Cross Sport. We're gonna get back to where it all started at the train station and wrap this one up. So I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been a fun-filled day. A lot of bugs, that's for certain, but definitely a lot of fun as well with this 2024 Atlas Cross Sport. I definitely gotta thank the whole Volkswagen team for getting us access to this particular one. I wanted this color. If I was gonna buy one, this would definitely be the color I would choose. But let me know what you think. Is Volkswagen bringing enough for the price when it comes to the Atlas Cross Sport? Do you think you're just gonna double down and spend more to get the Audi Q8? Let me know down in that comment section. But if you're new to the channel, you're on your way out, hit that subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile. Come back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Radius Rides family. Of course, we need to give it up to the man who actually sprayed more off on his body than at any other time in his whole life to keep these bugs off of him. Show him some love in the comment section. Thank you, Steven, for dousing yourself so that you could hold that camera solid like rock. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.